Two shootings, 2 people dead, and a city trying to stop the violence.
That's the situation in Middletown, where the new year is beginning with an old problem. Local 12's Larry Davis talked to community leaders working to stop the gun violence. He is live in Middletown to tell us what they are saying tonight. Larry.
Hi, Paula. Well, Middletown Police have a lot of pieces to this crime puzzle. They have multiple leads in multiple cities. 2 women, as you mentioned, are dead in separate incidents. And investigators here at Middletown PD are trying to figure out whether they are both connected. Gunfire rang out New Year's Day morning in the parking lot of the 513 Lounge. Someone opened fire even though off-duty police officers were nearby.
It's not surprising to me that they would shoot up a parking lot with cops sitting there. They're all about, being, beating on their chest, so to speak, and making a name for themselves.
Stephen Hartman is one of several community leaders working to curb gun violence in the city. The sound of gunfire from the 513 Lounge parking lot was just the start of a wild chain of events. Even though an officer had the driver of one car at gunpoint, he took off at a high rate of speed, crashing into a stone wall, killing a passenger. Police later determined the driver had also been shot. 10 minutes later, there was a report of gunfire at Roosevelt and Wicoff. A short time later, a car arrived at Atrium Medical Center. The driver of that car had also been shot. A passenger, Teresa Shields of Dayton, had been shot to death. Middletown Vice Mayor and NAACP President Dora Bronston says youth need to be counseled on resolving conflicts.
It's almost like they're living out some kind of a video game, or cowboys and Indians, and this is what I'm supposed to do because I'm a tough guy and you don't talk to me like that, so I'm going to take you out. But life is not a game.
This is just the latest in a series of gun incidents impacting Middletown. Those working to solve the problem look to some of the neighborhoods for answers.
It's time for you guys to stop. You're drawing way too much attention to the city, negative attention to the city, and innocent people are getting killed.
Paula, some pretty tough talk there from community leaders here in Middletown. Now, police want the public's help in finding a white Jeep Cherokee with dark rims. They believe it was involved in that second shooting. Both the drivers who were shot in these incidents remain hospitalized. Now, Steve Hartman says he and other leaders are frustrated by the fact that they seem to take one step forward and then something like this pushes them back another step or two. And he says something like this on New Year's Eve does push them back, but he says they aren't giving up. He says everything here is going to take time. Live in Middletown, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Paula, back to you.
You have to admire their resolve. Thank you, Larry. Police expect to make several arrests. They also say 3 guns that were thrown from the first car have now been recovered.